Hey leader, I know that you as a leader have to sometimes step into conflictual conversations, things that feel dicey. It could be naming the differences in cultures. It could be your own diversity, inclusion, and belonging work that you do. And if you are doing that kind of work in the world, which you better be, how do you manage the inevitable failure? I bet you want to know, because I bet you're also just staying quiet because you're afraid of that failure. So if you want to know how to deal with failure in a way that keeps your resilience and your passion going, stay tuned, because it'll be really good for you to know for all kinds of things. Well, welcome back. I know, really, you want to talk about failure and then failing at the thing that I know for myself. I so much want to be an ally. I'm not saying I am an ally because I can't be the one that says that. But I want to show up and lead with my heart and be partners and stand next to all the people that need that support. The people who have not been raised up, the people who need our willingness to step back and say, here are the people to listen to. And yet I fail at that, or I fail at having the conversations about it. And I don't mean I fail by not stepping into it. You have to step into it, because to be silent, to step back out of it is a part of the problem. But you're going to make a mess sometimes. And this really is true anywhere in life. You're going to make a mess in relationships. There's just a more complicated mess because of all the, what would we say, the invisible and systematic nature of it. But how do we do it and be willing to fail? And the thing that I want to say to you is, you're going to fail. You're going to say the wrong thing. You're going to show up in the least best way sometimes. And I want to say two things to you. One, and this will help your resilience around this, is to be willing to take a breath and to not take it personally. And I mean that. It's your willingness to not make it about you, because it's not about you. You know, you're living in a world that has systematic racism and systematic othering, and that came way before you. And so if you can have a gentle hand with yourself and be willing to step out and sometimes hear, okay, that wasn't the most skillful thing to say, be gentle and take a breath and don't take it personally. That's one. The second thing is be willing to, without personalizing it, because it isn't about you, it's about behavior, it's about learning to have a different language. It's being willing to be open and to make amends, to be willing to say, I'm sorry, I didn't know, and how could I do it better next time? And that's true in any relationship. We're going to blow it, and to not take it personally that we've triggered somebody else, and be willing to say we're sorry and to make amends and to ask for how can I do it better. Now, it could be you need to go off and do your own learning. It is not that other person's job necessarily to teach you about systemized racism or othering that happens. But if they are willing to be willing to take it in and just say thank you for that feedback and take it away and work with it. You know, it really comes back to your willingness to ground in, who do you want to be as a leader? Do you want to have everyone feel like they can do their best work, that they are empowered and inspired. And if that is the case in your heart, that you want that, and I know it is, because you wouldn't be here listening to this if it wasn't, then your job is to do the work to have that humility and to not take things personally. And if you do that, you will create unbelievable, unstoppable relationships with people. And you'll learn a lot, because you'll be able to take in feedback from people without getting all, which is what we can do sometimes. So go do that. Go be that openness, that humility, that willingness to ground in the goodness that is you and what you want to create in the world, so that you have the resilience to step in it sometimes, because you will, and to live through it and to grow from it. I will look forward to hearing how that goes for you. Bye!